Southern California woman moved with her boyfriend 3 years ago to a tropical island in Panama. But when he came back and she didn't, her family began investigating. We've been following this case along with 48 Hours since the beginning. Peter Van Sant takes us to the place the woman's family calls Devil's Island. Here's a preview of his report for tomorrow night's 48 Hours.
In the fall of 2011, it seemed like Brian Brimager, a former Marine, and Yvonne Baldelli, a sales manager for Procter & Gamble, had finally found their piece of paradise here on the island of Carnero in Panama.
Yvonne's emails were stories of exactly what her life was like down there, and I could picture it.
But right around Thanksgiving of 2011, Yvonne's happy emails abruptly stopped. Her father, Jim Faust, says she vanished.
You feel like you're reading a book, a terrible mystery or murder mystery.
Brian Brimager told Yvonne's family he'd returned alone to Southern California after Yvonne ran off with another man to Costa Rica. Within weeks, Brian stunned Yvonne's family when he reunited with an old girlfriend.
He came back and he got engaged and got married. And his life is going on like normal. And our life will never be the same.
Brian's new wife, Kristen Werkhoven, was a White House analyst under President George Bush.
The family has been experiencing a living nightmare for...
Not believing Brian's story, Yvonne's family rushed to Panama. They printed flyers, scoured the neighborhood where the couple lived, and even ventured into the unknown.
We are in Central America, in some jungle, in some swamp, looking for Yvonne.
Then, in the spring of 2012, Panamanian authorities announced that Yvonne was the victim of foul play, and Brian was the main suspect.
Let's go, guys. Okay, you rolling?
It was time to confront Brian to get some answers.
Brian, Peter Van Sant with CBS News. We'd like to ask a couple questions.
Federal investigators were soon talking to Brian, arresting him for obstructing their investigation of Yvonne's murder here in the U.S.
Mr. Brimager killed Ms. Baldelli and disposed of her body in an unknown location.
In August of 2013, Yvonne's remains were discovered in the jungle not far from where her family was searching. Finally, more than 2 years after she vanished, Panamanian authorities charged Brimager with Yvonne's murder.
I always knew that we were going to get justice for her, but we're going to see to it that he gets what he deserves, no matter how long it takes.
Wow, this has been quite an investigation. Peter Van Sant is with us. Good morning. 2 years you've been working on this.
More than 2 years. Went down to Panama a couple of times, made our way through this swampy area on the island of Carnero and talked to people down there. But eventually we chased down the bad guy.
Where is Brian now?
Brian Brimager is in a jail in San Diego. He's been charged with obstruction of justice and tampering with evidence, but he's expected to be charged with murder in the United States sometime in the next couple of weeks. He has been charged with murder in Panama, but they're trying to sort that out. The officials there would like to have him shipped up here for the actual trial.
Would this have happened if the family hadn't been so urgent?
No, this family led the investigation. The FBI then got involved, but they made this critical link that Brian Brimager had been using Yvonne Baldelli's, the victim's computer, to send out phony emails to families saying, I've run off with a man to Costa Rica, and it was the family that discovered that, and so they're real heroes in this case.
Wow, good for them. Well, Peter, thank you. You can watch Peter's full report, Devil's Island, tomorrow night on 48 Hours. That's at 10, 9 Central, and another all-new 48 Hours airs at a special time, 8, 7 Central tomorrow here on CBS.